Hi, from Epcot. I'm at Epcot today to go to the Flower and Garden Festival, which Vernon and I already went to with some friends several weeks ago now, but I didn't vlog it. We just ate some food, festival food, and had some drinks with our friends. But I'm here today to do a little video for it. And also, I do want to go over to Frozen. The new Frozen animatronics have been installed in Frozen Ever After for sort of a while now. So I wanted to finally go and ride that. I just came from work and I'm hungry and the weather feels really great tonight. I really wanted to take advantage of this weather just while Florida is still experiencing it, because it's going to be really hot and humid just from park open and park close very soon. It's because I want to end the day, I guess, over on this side of the World Showcase. I'll start towards Canada and then into Mexico. Going to the theme parks and not vlogging it is kind of nice sometimes, but I'm a vlogger, so vlogging it is also nice too. This is the entrance topiary. Here there's Bo Peep and her sheep and Woody and Buzz and a Pixar ball. So I grabbed my festival passport. These are the other topiaries that I could find. There are a couple, one in particular, I guess. Well, there's a few that are my favorite, but there's one that I really want to go see, which I already saw because we've already been here, and that's going to be in World Discovery. I love that the plants here are getting some greenery back to them. Spaceship Earth is currently closed right now, so what I think I might do is go over to World Nature first and then come back to World Discovery if I'm going to be going into World Showcase over here. Over by, no, I'll do the opposite. I'll start in, I'm confusing myself. I want to start in World Discovery and then work my way over towards World Nature, because I do want to start in Canada and then end in Mexico. That's what I meant. It'll get dark kind of soon. I want to try to at least make it around half of the World Showcase before it gets dark. Something that we still have not done is meet Mickey and I think Minnie and Goofy over here in the character spot, which we just need to do that. At some point we need to commit to getting in that line and meeting them. We almost did, but then I had a beer or something and I had to finish it outside and then the line got really long. So yeah, I'm walking through World Celebration to World Discovery and then back to World Nature. I still need to ride Test Track and have like a good ride on that. Also, apparently Epic Universe is having some issues with their like ground lighting. So Epcot's not the only one, I guess. Of course I have to pass Walt Disney on my way over there. Hi, Walt. This is the Walt the Dreamer statue. I can't believe it's been almost 3 years. It's kind of funny. One of the videos that I started but never finished is a video where I wanted to ride every roller coaster at Disney, and this was earlier last year, and I couldn't because I was blocked out of Magic Kingdom, so I was not able to ride every single coaster because that's when Big Thunder Mountain closed. And this reminded me of that because I sat here next to Walt and I was like, Walt, do you think I can do this? Do you think I can complete my challenge? And then I scrapped the whole video because I couldn't actually do the challenge. There was no point. Not to go into Disney World specifically isn't worth it if I can't complete a video challenge, but just that specific particular video just didn't happen, which that is ridiculously rare for me to start a video and not have some sort of concept to turn that video into, to try to just salvage it. That's happened very, very few times. So I'm in World Discovery. I'm gonna walk around and show the topiaries here, and then whatever food that they have. Get these cars topiaries out of my sight. They killed Tom Sawyer Island. The specific topiaries that I wanted to see are gonna be over here, but I think that there's one back here. Well, I thought that there was. Over here, there's the Play Pavilion, which at some point, right, Disney will build this, won't they? I should never have taken for granted the amount of times that I was able to actually go back here for festivals in previous years. Something else, we still haven't eaten at Space 220 restaurant. We've never been in that restaurant, ever. And we need to do that. There's the Stitch topiary. There definitely should be another one somewhere over here. So I found it, it's right over there. I thought it was going to be over here because it is Groot. This is by Guardians of the Galaxy. But I wanted to go back here because Guardians of the Galaxy is a standby attraction now. So they utilize all this queue space outside. This is a lot of line for Guardians, including the line that's inside, but it's like, what is it? It's a 65-minute wait right now for Guardians of the Galaxy. At some point, maybe I'll stop using the government name for every attraction. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. These are really long names. But I'm going back this way and then crossing through World Celebration. And here's Topiary Groot's, which this used to spin, the cassette. Would have thought that this would have been over by Cosmic Rewind, but it's not. But I like that they put them in new places. So the topiaries that I wanted to look at are right over here. Mike and Sully. There are these other goofy topiaries over here too, because it's Monsters Inc. This one is definitely a mood. You really can't just put eyeballs and lips on anything, or a lot of eyeballs. But anyway, I wanted to come over here because of Sully specifically. I think it looks a little bit more filled in because the festival has been going on for months now, but he is very skinny and like, it's funny. All right, I want to start looking at the food booths. This one is Brunchcot, and at Brunchcot they have avocado toast, shrimp and grits, and French toast. I don't think much of this has changed. Something else that I was thinking about, it's over here by Test Track specifically, there's grass that guests sit down on, or they lay down and relax and take a nap. Will there be real grass over in Hollywood Studios whenever they open up the new animation courtyard, or will it be AstroTurf? Will you be able to sit down on that grass at Studios in Animation Courtyard like it's like a actual park, or will it be fake grass? I'm moving a little bit slower, so I probably won't make it over to the American Adventure before it does get dark today, but this is why I came to Epcot tonight. I'm taking my time. I didn't even say that word. Epcot. So this is Citrus Blossom at the Odyssey. There's another monorail. So they have a orange sesame tempura shrimp, a lumpia, cinnamon beignets, and a lemon tart. Those sound good. So I'm not gonna get anything right now, I don't think, but if I come back later, if I make it all the way around, then I'll probably get one of these for like a dessert. Or maybe I won't, I don't know. So I'm gonna walk across over to World Celebration and then World Nature. It is a beautiful day today. There are the flower topiary quilts. I do have something new in my theme park bag that I brought, which is a new fan that hopefully keeps me cool this summer. And I don't think that I'll need it tonight, but I'm not mad about it. Where's the Lorcana? Give me Lorcana. All right, I'm gonna go down this way really quickly just to look at these topiaries. And this one is Maui and Moana and Pua and Hey Hey. This was at the front entrance last year, and now it's the entrance to the World Showcase. These are the floating gardens. And this one that I think is the more iconic of the flower and garden, flower quilts. But I'm going back the way that I came. I want to see the main topiaries now going into World Celebration and then World Nature. I kind of miss when this was all just Future World. It was Future World East and West, but I don't know, it was still easier. It was Future World East and West because you oriented by Spaceship Earth. But there's Chip and Dale, or Dale and Chip, and Mickey and Minnie and Pluto. These have just been here forever. It'd be cool to see like new versions of like the Fab Five. And here's Phineas and Ferb. Not much else to say. There they are. Wait a minute, I missed probably some of my favorite topiaries that I try to make a mental note of where they were because they moved them. They're usually like almost in the UK, but they're way over here in World Celebration for some reason. So I'm gonna go back and then come back again. The sun is setting. See, there's no way that I'm gonna make it over to the American Adventure. And there they are, Bambi and Flower and Thumper. Thumper used to look just so goofy, and I miss when he did. I miss when they all looked goofy. Now they look real. So I think that that's it in World Celebration. So back over to World Nature. I lied, there's more back over here. It's interesting what they consider World Celebration and World Nature and World Discovery. There's also this next page, if I can turn it. These are all the gardens. And I walked past it, this one's a little bit more obscure. But there's Figment, who's seen some more vibrant years, I think. But now, I'm actually going over here. I want to look at this menu too. There's the dance party happening, but this is Florida Fresh. And I was trying to look at the different like topiaries and gardens. There's some new gardens. So Florida Fresh has conch fritters, black-ended fish sliders, Florida strawberry shortcakes, and then a cucumber watermelon slushy. Now, having seen K-pop Demon Hunters, I finally know what the song is from. But these are the conch fritters with a key lime aioli. What's really cool is meeting people that watch my videos, but meeting people multiple times that watch my videos is very circumstantially probably uncommon, but it's cool. That always like reinvigorates me. So yay, thank you for watching my videos. If anybody ever watches them and sees me in person and then says hi. But I scarfed in those fritters because I want to at least make it into the World Showcase just at all before it gets dark. So Community Court Hall has a rotating menu. So where is it? Oh, so this is just what the menu is right now, I guess. All right. So this is heirloom tomatoes and fresh mozzarella, a grilled beef strip loin, and then a peach cobbler. Holy crap, that all looked really good. Look how fun it is in here for the festival. See, Disney's getting better about using the Community Court Hall space. There's a Spike the Bee topiary and some event merchandise. I don't think that this was here last year. This is cool. doing like a quick walk around. Neat. There's also the butterfly garden. I forgot about that. I'm gonna try to find some of the new gardens that they have, and then also some of my favorites. Like this one. This is the Wildlife Crossing Garden, which is themed to hoppers. So there's Mabel right there, and King George and all the other characters from Hoppers. A little bit overgrown. So there aren't any topiaries over here, I think, by like the seas or Moana. But there's one of my favorite topiaries. Like I said topiaries, but I meant gardens. It's got these little dinosaurs. So this is the prehistoric garden, which this one is one of my favorites just because of all the little dinosaurs that are hidden everywhere, and then all the prehistoric plants you'd probably find in rides like Jurassic Park River Adventure, maybe, or we're in Dinosaur, back when that land was actually a thing, or when that ride was a thing. Okay, that was the prehistoric garden. There's another booth over here, and then the butterfly garden, and then some more topiaries. So there's Donald Duck, way over there, way on the other side of this garden. Yeah, Donald Duck's been around for a while. Whoa! There's a monorail. Okay, and then Huey, Dewey, and Louie, which I've remembered their names because of their corresponding colors, because these are myself and my brother's favorite colors. So my favorite color, Travis's favorite color, and then Dennis's favorite color. All right, this is the Nectar booth over by the butterfly landing. So I think that I'm actually going to stop here in Nectar. They have some stuff that I would definitely like to get. They have a tuna poke bowl, a regular poke bowl, and then a coconut panna cotta, and a Froland Island Escape. I think I'm going to get this tuna poke bowl. Brennan loves poke. I think she's pretty hesitant when it comes to theme park poke, so I'm going to try it, and I'll let her know what I think. This is interesting. So the butterfly landing is closed, but this is my tuna poke bowl. This is actually a very generous portion for what it cost. It was like $8-something, and it's heavy. Kind of miss when Winnie the Pooh was over here on the lawn, just kind of watching him catch butterflies, especially during Flower and Garden. It was really appropriate then. But this is the tuna poke bowl with edamame, avocado, mango, pickled red onions, seaweed salad, furikake, and umami sauce on a bed of sticky rice, and I'm going to eat this entire thing with chopsticks. What? How'd that get in there? So I'm leading with the information that I like most sushi. I'm okay with buffet sushi. Brennan has a little bit more of a refined preference of sushi quality, but I like this. This was really good. I wonder if at some point I'll look back at this video and see Journey to Imagination after they've inevitably either made this better or they've rethemed it to some other Disney IP, and just rewatching this video and looking at this particular part of it, being like, wow, Roy, you had no idea what was about to happen with this ride. I hope that's the case. That's definitely what I'm telling myself about everything else coming to Disney World soon with the new Cars Land and Pueblo Esperanza and the new Monsters Inc. land. I'm sure they're going to be great. Over here is Mufasa and Sarabi and Simba and Rafiki. Or Timon and Pumbaa. Maybe I missed them, which is sad because I love Timon and Pumbaa. But there's Luisa and Isabella and Antonio and Mirabel. This club music in Epcot is crazy. This is new garden over here, the Rain or Shine garden, which is admittedly a little bit underwhelming, sort of. There's a bunch of these like fruits and information about them. All right, but I think I'm going to at least make it into the World Showcase by the time that it gets dark. So this is Beach Grub, and then over there is Yacht Grub. I hope that I don't regret getting what I've gotten so far, just how heavy it is. But there's a seafood bake, a grilled street corn on the cob, an orange cream bar, and then a strawberry basil lemonade. Whoa, that looks good. This is the playground here. I want to see what they have at the Yacht Club food booth. It's a fun little playground. You'd think maybe at some point I would remember what they have at food festivals, but I don't. They have a trio of dips and chips and then a captain's board, like a charcuterie. I think that I'm probably good on food over here. But here's Goofy, blowing some dandelions. This is the Honey Bistro, which this should probably have some stuff that I'd want to get. I'm going to count this as making it into the Ball Showcase by the time that it got dark, which at this point it's less about that and more just wanting to make it over to Frozen by the time that the park closes. They have chicken and waffles and then a honeycomb bowl. Well, now what is that? Sounds good. They both sound good. I love honey. I'm getting in line for the Honey Bistro. I gotta get those chicken and waffles. So I actually got a couple things from the Honey Bistro. This is the chicken and waffles, crispy chicken and a sweet honey bacon cornbread waffle with whipped honey butter and orange blossom honey. And then I got this beverage. This is a frozen peach cobbler, and this is alcoholic with blueberry vodka and streusel. So I'll drink that, I guess, as I walk around the World Showcase. So the chicken and waffles, absolutely phenomenal. But the drink is one of the worst drinks I think that I've ever had. Like, it tastes like insect repellent. I don't know what vodka this is, but it is awful. I feel like individually, it's a good drink, but altogether, I don't know. I'm trying to mix it, which has made it less bad, definitely. This is the pineapple promenade. They have a spicy hot dog, a Dole Whip pineapple, and then a frozen desert violet lemonade. Love that. And then a pineapple float. This is awesome. So I'm not sure how this happened, but I have like a little bit more than half an hour until the park closes. So I guess then we're going to walk around and show the food booths and topiaries until I get back over to Frozen, or just over to Norway. And this is Kermit and Miss Piggy over here in Canada for some reason. And this is the Northern Bloom booth. In Canada they have seared scallops, beef tenderloin tips, and then a chocolate maple whiskey cake. And I don't know. At some point I'll get this again, maybe, but I don't like what they do to it. I know that I'm gonna miss some of like the lesser important topiaries probably in the pavilions, like the flowers or like the animals that aren't like Disney IP characters. It took a while to get dark, so the time caught up with me a little bit. When Brennan and I came with our friends, we watched the fireworks from up here in Canada. It was very crowded that day, and that was a really good place to watch them just up on the stairs. So these are the UK topiaries, which there are a lot of. This is Pooh and Tigger, all these little like honey pots. I don't think I've ever noticed those before. And then Piglet, Eeyore, and Rabbit. These have pretty much stayed the same for a while.
Rumors, the Symphony of Us begins in just 30 minutes.
Making the announcement for fireworks. There's Tinkerbell and all of her little fairy houses. And now it's pretty much dark, so it's going to be sort of difficult to see the topiaries, but they don't really change. For me, it's like the interest of just seeing where they end up moving them and where they've been in the past. And apparently the countries, they're just kind of flipping them around in sometimes, unless they're very specific to the country that they're in. But there's Tick-Tock, and then Peter Pan and Captain Hook. I don't have any lights, kind of like lighting these guys up. They do have back here some topiaries. This is a garden of just the different kinds of topiaries. Let's see. Freeform, standard, and shrub. That's what these are. Just kind of showing like the evolution of what the Disney topiaries for Flower and Garden have become. And back here is Christopher Robin's house, which is where you can meet Winnie the Pooh. See, this is something that they brought back that they did a long time ago. And then they didn't do it for like a really long time, and now they're doing it again, where you can meet Winnie the Pooh back here. You used to be able to meet Tigger. Something that we did with our friends that we don't normally do, which is sad. When we go to Epcot, we went to like a lot of the gift shops, which that's why it's cool to go with friends and with family, because they like to do things that you normally don't do. Everybody's getting a spot for the fireworks, which are in less than half an hour. I made it around the showcase in like 15 minutes before, so I don't doubt that I won't make it over to Norway. But I might want to get some more food too, it just depends. What is happening here with these stanchions in the middle of the bridge? Is it that busy tonight? I've never seen those before. I definitely gorged myself back over in Future World, but I could eat some more. Over here in France, they have stuff that I don't know how to pronounce, but here are all the pictures of them. And I really like a lot of this stuff. I think I might get that. Maybe not. They're closed. I'm starting to get festival trauma just from food booths. Why do they always close? What's the point in advertising food booths if they close so sporadically? I had so much respect for Epcot because they always close consistently at park closing, but now France is closed. I don't know. Anyway, this is terrifying. Cogsworth and Lumiere. That used to move too, his little pendulum. Interesting. I'm gonna go over here now. And I realized that I sound entitled, by the way, with these expectations of these food booths being open when I want food and stuff, but it's random, I guess. But here's Beauty and the Beast, the Beast and Beauty topiaries. You know what? Maybe it is completely on me. Maybe these booths actually do close at 8:30 instead of 9. I'm just misremembering that. I'm very full, thankfully, so I don't really need anything else. There's a Jamaican jerk chicken, a ceviche, and then a chocolate coconut flan over here at Isla Fresca, and this is between France and Morocco. I walked past it, but I think that this is a new garden, yeah. There's just a few new gardens this year. This is Trendy Tropicals. And I know that I don't show all the gardens every year, but I just thought they were kind of interesting. Okay, some tropical plants, which would have paired so perfectly with some food over here, but it's closed. I'm starting to get reminded of trying to make it over to ET before that part closed at Universal, and I didn't make it, so I'm a little bit burned on my time estimates. This is the Tangerine Cafe. Okay, these kinds of places, like, I don't know if I count them as like, they have festival food stuff, but I don't really count them as booths, I guess, because it's like an established restaurant. All right, I've got to pick it up a little bit. I'm heading out of Morocco and into Japan. Japan is also closed, but they have Hershey, of course, Japanese curry bread, and then a ramen cup. I also got some Pokemon cards here in Japan, but they were excruciatingly expensive. This is one of my favorite gardens at the festival, easily. This is in Japan. There's all this moving water and bamboo. It makes sounds. They hit the drums. And what are these called? Chimes?
Good evening.
Oh no.
And welcome to World Showcase Lagoon.
Only 15 minutes.
In just 15 minutes, we invite you to experience Luminous.
What is this called?
Symphony of Us.
That was the Shishiodoshi Garden. And I think in years past I'm pretty sure that it's still just all around the Japan Pavilion, like back up there too, and then at the entrance of Japan. But I'm running through the American Adventure. I'll see what they have really quickly. Gotta make it all the way over there to Norway in like 10 minutes. It's really weird that it's this dark over here. There's the Tiana Topiary, and this is the Magnolia Terrace. Over here they had a blackened shrimp po' boy, grilled Gulf oysters, I love those, spicy chicken gumbo, and then bananas Foster bread pudding. These are all so good. I know that I keep mentioning this, but when I came with Vernon and our friends, we came during one of the concerts, and it was like a tribute to ABBA, which is one of Brendan's favorite groups, I guess. So that was fun to like walk by as they were performing. I'm really trying to move fast. I'm just not stopping. I'm just walking to Norway, which is right there. I might end up having to backtrack potentially to see some of these other booths or topiaries. I'm gonna have to give Disney an apology. They did close all of the booths collectively at 8:30, which is probably when they were all advertised to close versus closing them whenever they wanted to, like other theme parks. Did I miss the topiaries back here?
Because tonight's performance,
Yeah, I did. It's
the Symphony of
Lady and the Tramp.
begins in just
I don't have to come all the way back here. The consistent countdown of when Luminous starts. It's been a minute since I've gotten some pizza back here. I've still never been to Napoli, but I've gotten pizza from like the window out there. But there's Lady and the Tramp. Why do I always cut it this close with my time constraints? It's not the end of the world if I don't ride Frozen, but it's something that I've wanted to do, and doing it at the very end of the night is the best time to do it. This is the Italy booth, Primavera Kitchen, and Insalata di Pasta, and arancini, and then a raspberry swirl cheese cake. Those look good, but I can't eat any of it right now because they're closed. The meatballs look yummy. These are all the little trains over here. Just walking through here on the way to Norway. Here's the other one. See, this is always really busy, so it's kind of nice to walk through here with nobody else. Well, crap, I forgot about all these topiaries. Some of my favorites. All 7 dwarves. There's, the 6 dwarves and Dopey and Snow White over there. Doc and Grumpy and Happy and Sleepy and Bashful and Sneezy. These have looked ridiculous over the years, and I miss that, but they look nice. Also, these trees are getting some leaves back on them, which I love the look of. They always like cut all the, I don't know, the greenery off of these trees. They like prune them once in a while. So I have one more country to go through, and then I'll have made it to Norway. This is the Barn Market, and the Barn Market has potato pancakes, toasted pretzel bread, and then a warm cheese strudel. I try to remember like when I've had stuff at festivals, but I've probably had most of it over the years, and they just bring back the same menus. Like what I mean by that is I see something on a menu and I'm like, did I get that when I came with Britain like a month ago? Or did I get it last year? Or 5 years ago? This was the Refreshment Outpost. We had some specialty festival stuff over here too, as did other places that I know that I didn't show the menu for. I just try to show the booths, right? I'm going across the bridge. I miss watching the Illuminations globe. Just having to pause and wait for that while the drawbridge went up, basically. I have just enough time for my, not my favorite, but some of my favorite topiaries. This little panda. I always thought was so cute. It's so quiet over here. It's right because everybody's watching the fireworks, which are happening in like 3 minutes. Look how beautiful that is. All right, I've got to go to Norway, which is right there. I guess that I am glad that I got all the food in the Future World area, just because of everything closing. So they have a house-made cheesy crab wontons,
Good evening.
Sasha beef
Tonight,
bao bun,
we
oh my
invite
god,
you to join us for
and a
Luminous, the Symphony
pan-fried
of Us.
vegetable dumplings, and
Due
then
to lower light levels during the show,
It's hard to talk while
we
he's
ask that you
talking.
please watch your
This
step
was the
and be
Lon
sure to
Yuan
take small
booths.
children.
This was the Lon Yuan booth. I don't know if I've been saying the names of all the booths. I've been trying to as I encountered them. I made it to Norway. I have less than 2 minutes. And of course there's Elsa and Anna, as topiaries. I have just enough time to go around the corner and get in line. I made it. I'm in line for Frozen Ever After, and it's posting a 20-minute wait. That was terrifying. Parks might be over by the time that I get out. It depends on how long this line actually is. I'm heading inside Frozen Ever After to see the new animatronic faces. The fireworks literally just started. And I made it in line for Frozen Ever After. Wow, okay. There's a little bit of a line. It's been a while since I've just gotten into the standby for this. Yeah, so this shouldn't be that long. It'll probably be about 20 minutes or so, I hope. At least I'm gonna ride it. So far, nobody else got in line. I'll let some people pass me, but not to like intentionally be the last person in line. I just want to be able to film that area without people like walking around me and filming them and stuff. So maybe I am the last person in line, I don't know. Yeah, I am the final person in line for Frozen Ever After today. And this one, this is Maelstrom. I wish that I had vlogged when I was in college. Just, I don't know, just for that like frame of reference, just to start vlogging, there were so many different things happening in college that I never really got to vlog because I didn't really start seriously vlogging until a couple years later. There's actually a genuine possibility that I might still see the fireworks by the time I'm off of this ride. It's only been 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. This really is something that you do not see often at all. Just a completely empty queue for Frozen Ever After. Summer snow day blowout, tokens and sauna.
I'll be out in a minute. Oh, and with every purchase, free lutefisk.
Never really get to look around in here at all this stuff. It's very themed. Most of this has just been me filming an empty queue for Frozen Ever After. I don't hear the fireworks outside. I mean, they're happening, I just don't hear them.
Oh my god, build a snowman! Come on, I know you do! Us is making a magic winter show with summer snow for spending We're going up to Elsa's ice cutters with you, and you, all of you! See you there!
I rode Frozen Ever After in like 10 minutes, and I got to zoom in on the new animatronic faces. So I thought that I made it in time for the firework finale, but I don't think that I did. Just barely made it though. Forget how long fireworks are. Yeah, they're playing like the playlist after the fireworks. The doors are closed, but I think that I just missed it by like a minute. What is it with me and missing things by a minute? I at least did that, but I missed the fireworks. You see like the backup of crowds just trying to make it through Mexico. But here's one of my other favorite topiaries. It's been here, I think, to me it's like longer than any other topiary that I've noticed. I haven't ridden Grand Fiesta Tour in a minute. Something else that I haven't ridden in a while. For me, started 2D Adventure, I went to 2D. So that's something that's changed. What I think is kind of nice is that I will include from when we were here the other time. I took like just a couple videos just while we were here, and I did record the fireworks over there in Canada, so I'll probably put that in. But this is Jardín de Fiestas. They have a chilaquiles con carne, and then a taco de calabar, and then a flan de la abuela. This is a very appropriate song to play. So I'm looking at these topiaries. So there's Miguel and Dante. I thought a while ago that I heard that there was like a projection mapping, like with Dante specifically, like just this topiary, but I don't really see it. Like it's very colorfully lit. Oops, I forgot about this booth. This is Trowel and Trellis. They had a miso, cola glazed sticky pork ribs, breaded vegetable flatbread, and then a chocolate mousse terrarium. This song makes me so happy and sad. What's nice is that, again, when we came with our friends, we really spent most of the time in the World Showcase and getting food there that trip. So me getting food in the, like you wanted to call it Future World. It's okay. At least I get to show the menus and stuff. This song. There's a lot of people over there heading towards the park exit. That was a very quick trip to Epcot, as it tends to be sometimes. But it was nice. I got some food and got to ride Frozen. All right, the park closed about half an hour ago. Still would have been cool to see the fireworks, just as like a perfect little cherry on my very, very abbreviated trip to Epcot. But at least I came out for the festival and got to look at the food booths again. I think for me specifically, Flower and Garden is sort of like a one and done for me sometimes as far as festivals. I don't need to make multiple trips. I don't know. The festivals can be a little bit repetitive for me, going as often as I have gone over the years. Like this is the theme park content that I get burnt out from. It's just justifying consistent trips back to a food festival. It can be very expensive, and a lot of the food doesn't necessarily change. But that could be the fun of, I don't know, that challenge sometimes. It's just figuring out the unique ways to come to the festivals, and there's always new stuff. You just have to look for it, I guess. I wish the ground lit up. Like there are new foods, there are new gardens, sometimes there are new topiaries. They move the topiaries around. I don't know. Sometimes it's just that I just need to go one time to an Epcot festival. This one in particular, like I wish that I went to the Festival of the Holidays and the Festival of the Arts more because they're so short, but this one is just so much longer. Maybe that's what it is. What's very different, and this should have been obvious, I'm here by myself. So coming here with friends and with family and with Brennan, that is significantly different. So maybe that's what it was. I just walked around Epcot by myself and showed off the menus for a lot of the stuff that I didn't even get because the booths were closed. Of course I'm gonna have a sad experience. No, it wasn't sad. What am I talking about? It was fun. I got to ride Frozen in 10 minutes and I got some really good food. And the weather felt really good and I was only here for a couple hours. This is a mirror wall that I don't normally stand in front of because it asks you to not stand in front of the door, but I can stand in front of this one. There was another thing, which is that Soarin' over in the Land Pavilion, I don't know if that's closed. I think that it is because it should be opening up next month to be Soarin' across America for the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. It's going to be a different Soarin' iteration. It's probably very windy right now, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't normally film like this, do I? This is weird. There's also Lotso over here. I didn't notice him. But then there are these like monkeys too. You can barely see them like in the trees. This is the like Encanto Spaceship Earth song show. And that was another post-work vlog tonight at Epcot where you saw me do all that I did, where I had some food and I tried to catch up from the trip that we've already taken here and where we walked around the whole park and we looked at the topiaries and had some food. We listened to some music and just trying to connect that experience with just this one tonight, just in relevance of just seeing where the topiaries are this year, or if there's any new food and the new gardens that we actually didn't really look at as much when we came last time. The gardens are always, they're not like at the forefront of like relevance which is ironic at the Flower and Garden Festival, but I don't know, it's more about the food and the drinks, and maybe that's what I need to do to try to like make this more of a fresh experience at Epcot, at like these festivals. Is just really try to pay attention to the just those things, that it's not just about eating and drinking at Epcot, it's about so much more, and that Disney does a really exceptional job of providing if you take that time to just do it. And that's what I think the predecessor to this festival was, the Festival of the Arts. They always do so many new things for Festival of the Arts, and I get so excited about it because of that. But then there's always stuff that I love to do that I consistently want to come back and do, which is not necessarily the case here. And maybe that'll change if I just give it that intention of effort on my part, right? So I don't know, maybe Food and Wine too, and then at Festival of the Holidays, that one seems to be pretty set as far as just what they do. But there's a lot of opportunity for just new stuff, and they do it with like Communicore Hall, I think, and I don't know. So thanks for coming with me tonight to Epcot just to listen to me walk around and just talk about the food and the topiaries that don't really change that much, but I still wanted to come out and do a video. I appreciate it. I'll see you later. Have a great day, and goodbye.